The stepping stone is fairly pretty simple. If we look at our user press right above it, we have a message that says tag manager must include tag player. So right above it, if I click on this tag drop down list, you'll see we have player in my list. Alright, as far as the user prefs go, we have float on startup. There's a floating animation on these stepping stones, and if you have this checked, then the floating animation will be running when the game starts. You also have to have the floating animation on. Alright, next is the float delay. So I'm going to hit play, and you'll see that these stepping stones on the right, there's no delay on all these. They're all set to 0, so they're all moving the same. The ones on the left over here, you can see they're all moving differently, so it's a little more organic, I guess. So that is what the float delay does. Can disappear. If you jump onto one of these stepping stones, if can disappear is checked, then that stepping stone will disappear and you will fall. Disappear delay, that determines how long before it disappears after you step on it. Disappear duration, that's how long it will stay disappeared or invisible. When you step on it, you can have the step kind of blink to kind of give you a warning that it's about to disappear. This is how many times it's going to blink. Trigger height, that was a little bit harder to explain. If you hover your mouse over, it'll kind of explain a little bit. But it determines the height of the trigger area, which detects when a player is present. Trigger height is represented by a blue line. So let me go ahead and demonstrate that really quick. I'm going to hit play. Actually, let me turn that back off. I'm going to select the stepping stone, and if I zoom in here, you can see there's a blue line. That represents the trigger area. So the whole entire top surface of this stepping stone, all the way up the height or thickness of that blue line, that is the trigger area. Anytime you step in that area, then it will trigger the make it disappear or whatever you need to do. If that is short, then if my character jumps in the air, I will jump out of that trigger area, and the stepping stone will kind of move out from underneath me. But if I make this trigger area taller to where I can't jump out of it, then when I jump, I will always move with the stepping stone. So let me kind of demonstrate that a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and hit play. And I'm going to jump on this center one. Now if I jump, you'll notice it moved out from underneath me. So now I'm going to take the trigger height and I'm just going to make it taller. Something where I can't jump out of it. And let's play. And you can see now I stay with the stepping stone when I jump. It's because I'm not jumping high enough to jump out of that trigger area. So set that height just whatever you need it to be. We have two events. We have a player entered event, and you can see I've already got one thing on there. I'm going to delete the other. So what I have here is I'm just having it to when I step on it, it starts the back and forth motion. That's what that is. But the player entered happens anytime you enter that trigger area, and player exited happens anytime you exit that trigger area. And that is it for the stepping stone. I hope you found that helpful.